This video, you're going to learn how to install FlowWright as a trial. If you have downloaded the trial installer, which includes FlowWright software and also a copy of SQL Server Express. So let's go ahead and install. So I have this FlowWright 9.7-x64. Right click and run that as administrator. Once the installer starts, it will start performing some checkups and then start to show you prompts. And once we get started going, you will see the progress also from this installer. In this particular installer for the trial, the first thing it's going to ask to install Microsoft SQL Server Express. And I'm going to go ahead and say install. In this case, the install will automatically expand and install the files and configure an instance of SQL Server Express automatically within your machine. If you want to install and configure your own SQL Server and database, then there are instructions for that in our website at dev.flowwright.com. And you can certainly configure it to use your own database, SQL Server instance, and a FlowWright database. But in this case, since this is the trial, we're going to automatically install SQL Server Express. And you will see right now it's it's unpacking some files, and once the unpacking is done, the SQL Server installation will come up automatically and perform the installation automatically for SQL Server Express. So here we go. You can see that installing Microsoft SQL Server 2014 Express. And here comes the SQL installer. And we'll just give some time for it to come and start installing. So here goes SQL is being installed currently. It's scanning for products, it's scanning for any files it needs, and then it will automatically start the installation. So as you can see, it's updating, it's starting to install a few things. And you will also see the progress bar here go through while it's installing components, files required for SQL Server Express. And once this installation is completed, then the FlowWright installation will continue. If this installation fails in the middle of it, then definitely there's some issue. You can always contact us at support@flowwright.com, email us or call us, and we are happy to help you with any issue. But let's go through the installer, and let's go to the FlowWright installer next once this is completed. We're almost done, almost there with the installer. All right, the SQL Server Express installer has finished now, and SQL Server Express is installed, and you can see the FlowWright installer is now running, and the FlowWright installer will do some checkups to make sure this is an installation, and then you will start to see the options. So here I'm going to go ahead and click Next. And you have to agree to the licensing terms. I'm going to go ahead and accept that and say next. And you have to provide a username or an organization name. So I'm going to just put FW and click next. And in this case, we're going to do a standard installation in this for the trial. And let's go ahead and say next. And as soon as I click on install, it will start performing the installation and start installing the files and all the components that are necessary. And once the installation is completed, you will see it will launch the software for you. It's copying all the files currently, according to the dialog here. Now it's starting to configure IIS and REST API and registering some of the files, and should be completed soon. It's creating the database at this point and executing some SQL scripts to create all the necessary information data within the default database that we ship. And I think we are almost there with the installation. And the installation is completed. So everything is installed and FlowWright is ready to be used. If you like to see the installation log, you can click on this checkbox and that will open up the log for you. But otherwise, you can go ahead and say finish. And as you can see, it also launched the browser for me, Google Chrome. And you can see it's still loading the FlowWright URL. And as soon as this URL on the web page comes up, we'll be able to log in to FlowWright and start doing some process automation within FlowWright. The first time loading will take a little bit of time since Microsoft .NET has to load the application first time. And once this comes up, you'll see everything will be pretty quick to work through. Once FlowWright is loaded on the web browser, you should see the following login screen. So you can see version 9.0. Welcome to FlowWright. I'm going to log in with the default username and password, and the default username and password to FlowWright is admin. So I'm going to type in admin here and admin, and I'm going to go ahead and say sign in, and that should take me directly to, by default, it will show the FlowWright dashboard. But then you can also go into workflow definitions. With the trial, you have access to every feature within FlowWright. So you can play around with every single feature of FlowWright. And there are plenty of videos online on YouTube showing you how to automate processes, how to use forms, triggers, many of the functionality. There are many example videos or how-to videos. Hope you enjoy the trial. If you have any issues, questions, please don't hesitate to email us at support@flowwright.com. Thank you.